What's up, everybody? This is Edward. Y'all know me. I keep it 100. So I gotta tell you something. Love Dorsey was on one today. She was up early in the morning, like 7:30, 8:30, and she was fucking going in. About a lot of females and they stupid shit. And really, what y'all need to understand is, Love Dorsey is not a. She is not a chick that is just taking a dude's side. What it is she's sitting there and she's trying to talk to these females and help their ass out from a chick that either has been where they are at or probably has been further along where they are at than they have. And she gets, like we do, frustrated when you're basically talking to these females and they can't act like grown adults and they feelings. And she talked to a variety of people, including dudes as well. And so, I mean, let's keep it real. Dude, especially if you a female telling a dude real shit, they're not gonna generally argue with you against real shit because then they know they're being stupid. Versus women will just be in their emotions and it is what it is. This is why not only Love Dorsey, but Rebecca Lynn Pope and a lot of women, even Nicole Major, they've all voiced frustration with they voice frustration with dealing with women. Because the thing is, women are gonna perceive a problem and then not see where them are in that very problem that they're talking about. It's like it's a whole versus dudes, they're just not gonna bring it up. If dudes know that they can get exposed for them being the cause of their own bullshit, they'll typically not bring it up because when you do see dudes come online, it looks so fucking stupid when a dude does it because we're not used to that. Not that level of stupidity. And a lot of dudes don't like looking that stupid around females, so it makes absolute sense. Then you're not going to have as hard of a time with dudes. The problem is dudes don't pay the same amount of money for men or women for self-improvement as women will because women don't want self-improvement. What women want is to be told they're not the problem. And there's always money in being lied. There's money in being lied to. That's what that is. So, anyway, that's not what I wanted to do this for, though. Let me tell you why. We all know how Kevin exposes these women and a lot of these dudes when it comes to hating a lot of different things because just him being there, just his presence has actually exposed a lot of people as to who they really are. Maxine Limit talks about that, and he talks about a variety of folks. And in regard, you get a good way of observing in real time. Can y'all hear me? Press one if y'all can hear me. Press one if y'all can hear me. Because my Chrome is trying to act up. I'm not gonna be on here for long. I'm not because I'm limited on my time. Press one if y'all can hear me, so I can see it on StreamYard. Okay, appreciate it. So anyway, let me get straight to the point. I want to be quick about this because I want to get this out. Love Dorsey exposes dudes indirectly, just like Kevin Samuels exposes a lot of things indirectly. And I was going back and forth. Shout out to Marty. And this is not just him. because there's a lot of dudes that think this way. I had Platinum up. Shout out to Marcus. Even Marcus was kind of taken aback. And what kills me is, as crazy as these females are. Look, first of all, let me be very clear with you all. I don't give a shit if you all don't like her. Just like how there's certain people that, like a lot of y'all don't like Glendon Cameron. That's not, I share people that have the best information. Now, if you all care more about who the fuck y'all like or who y'all want to fuck or whatever more than who actually is speaking the real things, then that's not my problem, because you all know what my channel is about. My channel is about giving you all the best information, giving it to you all. Because here's the thing. The point is, well, she's not saying nothing. The dudes aren't saying it. That's true. But the point is, if you really want to be effective at really communicating this information, and you have to provide it in multiple different vectors, so you can remove what a lot of black people like to say, okay, well, they're not showing their face, or they don't got money, or they don't get bitches, or they're not hood enough, or they're not, or at the end of the day, they're dudes and they don't understand a female's experience. All this bullshit. You have to provide a variety of different the information in a variety of different outlets and ways, so that they cannot keep trying to say all that bullshit. You remove the bullshit, and you try to do that effectively and efficiently, because I can't speak to everybody's situation, because I haven't been there. But like, I'm not married, so it's only so much I can go with talking about marriage. I don't have kids, so it's only so much I can go. So I find like-minded people that can put shit out there. Yeah, but Glendon Cameron shit is good for financial edge. Glendon Cameron's good even if you're not trying to get in the perfect. Even Glendon Cameron shit is not for just the LinkedIn crowd. Even if his stuff is a lot more broad than that. But the problem is with Glendon, because Glendon just got a video I gotta listen to where he's talking about people don't care about receipts, and he's taking a break because people don't really care about receipts. People care about receipts when you're telling them something they don't want to hear. When you're telling them something that they already buy into, which is where the lies come in, the receipts don't get asked for as much. And this is why I always say that people are accountable. I am perfectly fine with people not liking Love Dirt. This is not a thing to beat people up. That is not what this is for. But one thing that I've observed that a lot of y'all like to talk about, y'all care about the real shit. But at the same time, what happens is you all want the shit in a certain type of package. Now, let me be absolutely clear here and fair with you all. Now, I was talking about Six Goddess, and Six Goddess is a very attractive woman. But what did you all do? You all still talked about, because I don't be absorbing. I've listened to Love Dorsey a lot more than Six Goddess. But a lot of you all told me about the subliminals that she was giving. And then once it's not that I wasn't looking for it, because I saw some of them, but once I really started consistently like watching out for them, then I caught what you all were talking about. And at the end of the day, even before the Six Guys was saying shit, I was still saying the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to a lot of them, just like Danica Marie. The thing is, unlike a lot of, and that's another thing a lot of my detractors will try to say, is they'll say, oh man, well, you're falling into a trap. No, I'm not falling into a trap, because the reality is I call out what I see. You fall into the trap when you start ignoring what you see. When you start saying, oh, well, they got some good talking points, so I'm going to take the good with the bad, but you don't acknowledge the bad, or you don't acknowledge the bullshit, that's when you're in a trap. And that's a trap of your own making. You all have never seen me do that. I'll acknowledge certain things that are there. Like even with Jason Black, I'll acknowledge Jason Black's an asshole, but I've always maintained his content is good. And a lot of y'all understand that. Just like there's certain people that don't like BGS, like Mr. Fantastic really does not like BGS from a political standpoint, but he gives BGS his credit. And that's even back in the day for his standpoint on dealing with women and that aspect of it. So you have to be able to look at the good and the bad. Can you do that? Then you can then weigh, okay, is the juice worth the squeeze? But what black people tend to do, and black men included, is we tend to hide the bad to protect the good. That's bullshit. And I don't do that. And you all know I don't do that. No matter who it is. Now, going back to, so you all have pointed these things out. So I'm not going to act like that never happens. But one of the things that you all point out about Love Dorsey is a lot of shit that's not relevant. It's not really relevant to what the fuck we're talking about. First of all, let's keep this all the way 100. If she didn't have, y'all have no, like, I don't know if she has a scar there. You all have no idea why she has that tattoo under her neck like she does. You all really don't know. I don't know, and I don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to sleep with her. And that's not to say that she is an ugly woman. She's not an ugly woman. Now, y'all will sit there and say, I don't like how she sound. I'm like, okay, fine. You all can say that. But at the same time, that's not what it's about. She's got to do. She's got to do. So, I mean, she got even a couple's channel now on Instagram. So this idea of you all looking at it, well, man, I wouldn't fuck her. See, and I'm going to tell you where the bullshit is. Just like how a lot of y'all will talk about this, some of y'all, because it's different people on my channel. So some people will gas up Danica Marie and gas up the Six Goddess. And really what y'all want is a good look, a bitch that y'all want to fuck to tell y'all what y'all want to fucking hear. That's that romanticism bullshit that I was talking to some of y'all about. Y'all want a chick that y'all like how they look to tell y'all what the fuck y'all want to hear. Ask me how I know. Jessica X and her rise, which is not these women's fault. A lot of, and that's some soft shoe simping. That's why a lot of y'all be up in, not maybe all the people on my shit, but some of y'all be up on her shit. I do not give a fuck about how any of these bitches look. If any of these bitches are talking stupid, I'm gonna speak to it. I'm not on YouTube to find a bitch to fuck. I'm not. There's females that I have followed that you don't even see what they look like. You know, like, or maybe they got an avatar, but it's not like, you don't even see what they look like. You know, shout out to Kendra D. I'm not on here. I care about what they say, because that is what we are here for. I do, and see, and that's something that black people overall, where black people want to know what you look like, because honestly, the actual words don't matter. 1 + 1 is 2, but it matters more depending on who says it. A lot of you all care more about who's saying shit and how you feel about the person saying shit than what is being said. And that is some shit. That is some low IQ shit. I said it. That is some fucking low IQ shit. And one of the things that Love Dorsey does, which is why I like to bring her up, is she is a good device to kind of expose a lot of y'all in y'all biases. So it ain't really about the information, because I promise you, if Six said that shit the way she said, a lot of y'all motherfuckers would be all up in her ass crack. Some of y'all wouldn't. But it is. And this is where motherfuckers want to bring up certain past. Sometimes that is relevant. But sometimes it isn't. And so, and again, this is people looking at YouTube. I get it. It's entertainment. I understand. This is how a lot of y'all see it. I get that. But I mean, entertainment, it's only so much where that shit's worth it. So shout out to Marty. Me and Marty's been doing a little back and forth. And look, Marty has a right to his opinion. I'm not about to beat him up or roast him or anything like that. Marty's been following me for a while, so I appreciate it. Like, dissenting opinions are allowed. Now, I'm going to respond to it, but me responding to it, like the fact that I'm even taking it, like, if I give longer comments for it, that's meant for me to explain my position. That's not meant for me to try to shout you down. So I want people to understand that when I take, and obviously some things just don't need to be explained, because a lot of y'all are agreeing, and I understand that. But Marty basically has this opinion where he basically stated, and the reason I'm highlighting it, because a lot of y'all kind of allude to this too, by the way. He just spelled it out. A lot of you all have this opinion, and he said, Love Dorsey says the right things, but at the end of the day, she's sleeping with what he calls a pookie. Which you don't know if he's a pookie. I told you all on this channel, street dudes and pookies are two different things. Pookies are non-productive black men that are in the street. Street dudes are not necessarily pookies. Street dudes just happen to be black men that are from urban environments. You could be a blue-collar nigga and a street dude. I made that separation. Because when black women talk about pookies and ray rays, that is associated with non-productive black men, but they like how they look and other shit. And therefore, they don't care about the non-production. So when they come and bitch about that shit later, you're like, no, bitch, you didn't give a fuck about the fact that he was non-productive. You really didn't care when it counted. So now you want to bring that up now, like that's supposed to be a big deal. Now that's supposed to be a big deal because you want somebody else to clean up your messes. See, and that's where it becomes a problem because now you're bringing black men into it. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? So now you expect other black men to basically clean up this. That's that matriarchal mating pattern BTS has talked about and gave you all books on. So now this is when this becomes a problem that the manosphere needs to speak on. If them chicks were just fucking these niggas and they're not productive and they holding their L's because that's what they want, just like when somebody does dope, you take the good with the bad. You don't sit there and do meth or do drugs and then complain about the relapse or complain cocaine is too expensive. Stop doing it then, as if it's a problem with the cocaine. Then it becomes a problem with black men from an ethnic identity standpoint or an image standpoint. That was the other argument that was brought up, was when they start saying it's all black men's fault. But the niggas I want to deal with, they don't want to deal with me. Love Dorsey speaks specifically to this, which is something a lot of these other females don't. So you pick who you pick and you own who you pick, period. That's true for dudes too. If she's crazy with a fat ass nigga, every crazy thing she did is your fault because you stayed. Now, we understand that we have the concept of sexual access that men have to deal with, so that's a calculation, versus women don't have that problem, although understand good dick is not a common commodity. So women need to just say the dick was good because they say it on the low. Oh, fuck boy dick be the best dick. Okay, then understand that's why you're there and bitch shut the fuck up. Nobody needs to feel sorry for you when that's what you chose to deal with. That's why you chose to do it. That was the value add. Well, he ain't got no money. That's not his value add. It's like you going to McDonald's and you want a fucking Red Robin's burger. You don't go to fucking McDonald's for a Red Robin's burger. There's a reason why you pay for that. And that shit gets on my nerves because in this goddamn conversation, it becomes these loop-de-loop conversations. I'm 34. I know, and we got niggas that are north of 30 saying this dumb shit. Not 25, 26-year-olds. Talk about women now. And as far as the dudes, as far as like what Marty was saying, I told Marty was trying to say, yeah, boy, it fucks up the ethnic image, the fact that she fucks with Pookies. No, the rating system BGS gave, and I just ran it by him and he agreed. That 85, 87, 88, 92, and 100 octane, that shit is for cultural compatibility. Fucking period. That is not for you niggas to say 100 octane is better than an 85. That is not necessarily true. That is not true. Tasha was an 87 and Insecure. She was like an 87, an 87. I wouldn't even say an 87 climber. You can kind of say she was kind of climbing, but not really. Issa was an 87 climber. Or somebody could try to argue Issa was like a wannabe 92. But she was in between. Or Molly was a 92. Which one would you pick? Would you pick Molly? Would you pick Tasha? Hell, would you pick the other chick in the last season, which I've never seen a single episode of that shit. I just watched BGS's reviews. I refuse to waste my time on that. But would you pick the other natural 92 or would you pick Tasha? Because Tasha looked the best. If you're going on looks. And Tasha was Tasha was the most like coachable. So it's about compatibility. It's not necessarily who is the best or the best looking. That's not meant for you all to say, oh, it's these ratchet bitches, right? I understand that that's generally where the conversation can go. That's not what it's meant to do. And the reason why I'm coming down on you all so fucking hard with this is because when I hear Red Supreme, and shout out to Red Supreme, but when I hear Red Supreme, I always talk about lames and intermixing squares and lames. Squares are not necessarily fucking lames. These niggas do it and they feel it's justified because that's what they see you niggas doing. You niggas lump them all in the same fucking boat. So it becomes this fucking endless fucking bullshit sexual politicking debate. But see, now we're thinking black men though, right? So you all fall into the same bullshit. And I've been arguing this bullshit. Fuck that. This is why I just say, oh, well, shit, we can't even trick you. Them niggas got something to say about it. Well, they don't, first of all, they don't even got to know what the fuck you're doing. Honestly. So when I hear niggas talk the shit they talk, they don't even got to know. Which means you all should not want dudes to validate how you move anyway. That's another problem. Niggas want validation. That's why niggas are mad at Kevin. Niggas want validation. I don't do this shit for validation. I mean, I appreciate it. Technically, I'm a hybrid, but I'm more of, if I had to pick, if you put a gun in my hand and say pick, I'm more of a square than a street dude.
Go ahead, you can order.
Another way she exposes a lot of y'all is a lot of y'all. I'm not like, it's one thing. Look, I'm not saying you all gotta like her, you gotta gas her up, edify her. I'm not saying that. The biggest value that Love Dorsey has is for these females that act like they can't hear from a nigga, then maybe they can hear from a real one, somebody that's been through their shit. And so technically, we want women on our side that's of all these levels, because the shit that I talk about is universal. That's number one. It's not meant, like, I don't play that class warfare bullshit. We have a values problem, and that values problem is in all classes. That's not just the hood, motherfuckers. It just manifests it. Like BGS will say it, just like a lot of y'all will talk all that shit, but y'all are still fucking the very bitches y'all want to talk shit about, y'all still fucking. Like, serious. I mean, he's not wrong about that. He's not. And that shit is on some bullshit. And so y'all use to, like, it's just like when dudes try to use the Bible to justify patriarchy. That's that what that indicates is you don't have a practical application for why that's needed and how that women benefit from that in the long run. If you don't know, you need to learn. Not sitting there and leaning on some shit that you don't even adhere to. People do the same thing with a lot of this EDL bullshit. And that is sexual politicking. When you're doing that, you are trying to campaign for pussy. And so you're trying to shame women for who they choose. I don't give a fuck about who they choose. What I care about is you have a dragging the black male brand under the rug, talking shit because you mad at who you choose. The dude that she's with, y'all, oh, he's a poop. You don't know what the fuck that nigga do. That dude is, because the argument was, well, she's only being submissive for a poop. You don't fucking know that. And then this idea of what submission is too. Women are not supposed to be walking around here submitting to every man that they see. There's a difference between common courtesy, treating you like a human being, and cooperation. Those are like different levels to that shit. And shout out, Love Dorsey is from Florida. What, Tampa Bay?
1221. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So my thing is like, somebody said something, I said, man, I hold doors for fat cheeks. No, because in the South, that's common courtesy. You hold doors for people. That's just what they do. Just like one of the things that these motherfuckers do down here that annoys the shit out of me is they stare. And being from Chicago, nigga, you don't do that. You don't stare. That is something where people will stop their fucking car on. Just like how they say young blood down here. Well, you're not gonna say blood, that shit. So it's regional shit, but it's courtesy. So there's levels to it. So when I hear y'all, well, man, y'all need to be submissive to general. Y'all need to be protected, every bitch. But my thing is, there's courtesy. Like I'm not, even if I'm not trying to fuck, I'm not just courteous to a bitch I'm trying to fuck. If I treat a chick how I want to be treated, as far as courtesy. And so we always bring in this wanting to fuck in sexual politics and not like how you're supposed to treat each other from an asexual standpoint. And these are coming from the same black people. I'm talking about men and women that try to act like they're the most like black people like to present themselves as we have the most social IQ. Like we are when it comes to cool, when it comes to how to socialize with people, because we think we're the coolest, which is actually like a Chinese finger trap. It's actually game being ran on black people, and you really understand the dynamics of that. But we like to try to present ourselves as being we like fashion for it all. We like to try to present ourselves as we're the most socially, we have the most social IQ. That's not true. That's not true at all. That's really not. And black people have a complete, just like black people have a misconception of what education is. Black people have a misconception of what social IQ really is. It really is about. Shout out to Dr. Love when he broke down. I've still got to upload that video. We broke down how to break down a room. Like, and this, shout out to Red, who was talking about like, ain't a lot of dudes talking real game. It's not. So it always becomes about like, oh, how do you get a bitch? How do you fuck a bitch? Never how you keep a bitch. Never how you keep a bitch coming back. Like it's all of this stupid shit that don't matter. Niggas that ain't got no money, or if they weren't on YouTube, they be broke. But they want to talk about how alpha they are. Like bullshit. So when we talk about our social IQ, just like our business IQ, it is lacking. And when I say IQ, I mean proficiency. For anybody who wants to get fucking triggered, it ain't never listen to me. Fuck you, go to hell, go somewhere else. And that's another thing. I'm more of a square than I'm a quote unquote street dude. But at the same time, how the fuck a lot of y'all want to talk about how street some of y'all are. And this ain't Mario, I'm talking about everybody. And then y'all get around a chick like that, and then y'all get all like, she's just masculine. Nigga, fuck you. You niggas, like you, if you all are fucking mostly black women, how fucking feminine are these bitches really? Shut up. Act like y'all ain't fucking bitches that smoke weed, do drugs, black and miles, got fucking tattoos. Maybe not where she's got them, but still, that ain't got weed. If you don't shut the fuck up, acting like you all are having sex with these dainty feminine, a lot of y'all ain't even fucking bitches that's under 200 pounds. You all better shut the fuck up with that capping ass bullshit. Like, for real. I've asked some of y'all, what is your ideal woman? What does she look like? And based on what y'all say, y'all exposing yourselves. So it becomes like all that, like it's crazy. And y'all do be doing that. And y'all need to stop that bullshit. But at the end of the day, y'all be yeah, man, I need a real one. I'm a real nigga. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Because honestly, you act like she's not an extreme. She's not an extreme. Y'all really, the only thing different about her is the fact that she got the tattoo right under her neck. And y'all really acting like that shit bothers you all. Now, I'm not saying y'all gotta listen to her, but goddamn, this is a female that rather than you arguing with these bitches on social media, if you want a bitch to cuss their ass out because of they dumb shit, save yourself some time and say, you know what, here's this fucking link. Listen to this bitch. I'm a dude, I don't get it, fine. Listen to this chick and let her tell you ain't shit. And she stay basing women on. In fact, she is one of the living embodiments of what Kevin says about women needing to check other women. She is the embodiment of that. And first thing y'all would, oh, I don't like how she look. Like y'all, a lot of y'all are basically obsessed. Look, shout out to Jessica X, and I'm like, Red, I do believe that's what she looks like. But you niggas listen to Jessica X because of how she sound. And what did I tell you? That shit don't matter either. She was talking dumb shit. No matter what that, I've heard. Trust me, I've dated a female that's light skinned with a British accent. Trust me, I understand that it has novelty to it. I get it. But that ain't gonna stop a bitch from being stupid. And then I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna be hypnotized by that. No, I'm not. And it's the same thing if a bitch sound like she got black blood. She stay smoking black and miles. She spitting that real shit. She spitting that real shit. Like, do you not understand that I know females that trade Forex currency that make 10 grand a fucking month that looks like Love Dorsey. They ain't got the greatest weave and shit. At least it matches their natural color hair. And they look like these. I'm talking about women that are like 22, 23. If I would have showed them to you, you'd be like, oh, that's a typical bitch. And they making 6 figures trading currency. And they learned that. You all have no fucking idea what some of these people know how to do. And look, I'm not about, look, you know me, judgment is good. But judgment is good based on actions. Now, granted, if somebody looks a certain type of way and you make a spot judgment, sure. But if I show you how somebody sounds and get down and then y'all still doing that, okay, well, that's the problem is y'all. Do y'all got to be around these people and be in love with? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is a lot of y'all get up here. I don't like the clicking shit. I've never liked that. That maybe that's the Sigma male in me. I've never liked that. And y'all need to be better. Shout out to Big Pope with the $10 sticker. Have me waste my whole entire lunch on this bullshit. Shout out to Smurgo. I believe the women, why they say a lot of these, like, so, and I get it. Though, like, there's a lot of things about her that y'all would want to remove if y'all could. If y'all want to have sex with her, fine. But that's not why I share her. It's for you all to want to have sex with her. That's not why I share her. Danica Marie is attractive. Doesn't stop me from calling out some of the nuanced things she says I disagree with. Six Goddess is attractive. And I don't need to bring up her fucking past either to do it. Because that's not what the point is. I could bring up a lot of hypocrisy from a past. I could do that. I'm not trying to do that. That's all. So yeah, look, you look at somebody that's more like a Chantel Simone that ain't got tats like that, sure. I get it. But the rating system from the 85 shit, that is the octane scale is not for you all downing bitches. That's not what that's for. Just like the select and non-select dude shit was not for you all to play the alpha beta game. And yes, Obsidian, you use that in an incorrect way. You really shit on Rom every time you do that. I don't care what you want to say. You took that shit and you made that shit to bullshit. You helped that shit to be fucked up because that was actually a very useful device. And a lot of y'all fucked that shit up because y'all niggas can't understand shit. And some of y'all knowingly did that. Anyway, like I said, I ain't trying to be on this bitch all day. Let's see what. Shout out Five Out Smurgo. Like I said, y'all want to hit me on the Cash App. Make sure y'all hit me up. You know, here it is right here. I always appreciate all of the donation stuff. I really do. And again, this ain't me beating up on nobody. I'm kind of talking in general. So, like, obviously, you know, appreciate, you know, the comments from Marty. And I'm glad he gave them so I could address them. Because I wanted to address that. I mean, somebody sent me some shit talking shit about Shahrazad Ali, yet to send me the link. And I look, you know, I spent like 45 minutes looking for that shit. And I didn't find it. And I know how to search. I went all up because I wanted to see that. And I'm talking on Love Dorsey. I wanted to see that. It's not that I'm necessarily looking for some shit like that. But I definitely want, you see, so, and look, there's people that have said shit that I don't like. There's a chick by the name of Stormy Wellington, which you don't really see me promote, but she makes like $300,000 a month. But she was talking shit about Dr. Claude Anderson. I hated that, and I don't even rock with her completely like that. But and that's one of the bigger reasons. But the thing, but my problem is, this is what annoys me about what you all are saying. You all keep talking to me as if I'm presenting these women for you all to date. These are women on YouTube. Why is it that you all even have? Why are you even on YouTube in that mode? Are you all really out here trying to look for a bitch to have sex with? Is that what you thirsty niggas are doing? This is not some fucking brothel. You niggas are out here like you all a brothel. Oh yeah, man. I want to look at shit. What are you all? Are you niggas jacking off to these bitches? Is that what some of you all are doing? Are you all on YouTube listening to them talking? You all are jacking off to the six girl. Is that what you all? Because everything y'all keep doing is as if you all like. I'm trying to understand where is this constant you all wanting to break a bitch down. Like, is that what you all are doing when y'all looking at Kevin? So these people come online. Is that what you all are doing? I mean, I'm not even trying to play you all. I'm for real. Because why does that matter? Why does that matter? That's like somebody saying, well, I say the sky is blue. They be like, no, it ain't because you're short. Like what the fuck? Like, that shit annoys the fuck out of me. Like, I don't really think y'all understand how much that shit really pisses me. It don't piss me off because I ain't gonna dedicate that much emotional energy to it. But I gotta tell you, that shit fucking annoys me. It really does. It very much does. Because I expect a higher caliber here. That's not the example I set forth. We can shoot every once in a while, but if I present somebody, I'm presenting them because of what they say, not how they look. Like, that's why I'm presenting them. That's what we talk about here. We're not on here to basically, get gush over what a bitch looks like. Cause a bitch that's a fine chick that say stupid shit is still a stupid bitch in my book. And I had people try to, oh, well, you must be gay. No, it's just I'm not thirsty. A lot of black men are so thirsty that they can't even perceive you calling you not being not that I'm not attracted, but you can't separate an attraction from a bitch being dumb. So they say, oh, you got to be gay because I would just simp. Because that's all you know, and that's fine. I get that. I get that you have it. This is why I tell a lot of you niggas to travel. Because I understand a lot of you niggas don't see women that are attractive enough, long enough to really be. And obviously, if you niggas in Florida, you get the city, then y'all don't have much problem. But a lot of dudes, they've never seen women that look good, so they just freeze out. They lose their mind. So the fact that we're even talking about how these women look, as if that's relevant to what the fuck I'm talking about, like that shit, that means you all are really on your own frequency. I remember when I brought Platinum up. As street and as hood as Platinum try to act like he is, he want to act like he ain't never been around a project chick. And that nigga's from Memphis. Like, come on, man. But these will be the main niggas want to talk about how square. Oh, y'all mad because y'all can't handle these hood chicks because y'all weak ass niggas. But you put a hood chick around a nigga like that, these niggas bitch up. Bodies are getting exposed, man. 2021 exposing a lot of people. Some of y'all would do better just shutting the fuck up. Y'all really would. Just don't say shit. Sometimes that's the smart move. Just saying. I'm not saying rating women in general. First of all, everybody has their own rating scale, but I'm not saying rating women in general is bad. What I'm saying is when we're having a conversation about real shit that ain't got nothing to do with what these bitches look like, especially this is why a lot of these chicks justify not showing what they look like in the first place. That's irrelevant. It's really not relevant. And too many of y'all, it's like, what the fuck are you all like? Why? So no, I don't agree with that. I wouldn't say that, GA boy. I will say most street niggas are not gonna be on YouTube. But this idea, but let's Georgia boy, let's stop acting like these niggas. Like how many of these niggas have gotten locked up because they snitched on themselves on social media? There's a reason why. Hell, YouTube is more street than Facebook, and a lot of these niggas are on Facebook. So let's come on, let's be real. Let's not act like real street niggas don't got social media. That's what we know that's not true. But I get what you're saying though. But the game ain't to be told though like that. So you are right about that. It's just like a lot of wannabe hotep niggas on YouTube as well, and a lot of niggas doing that work are not really, because that's a different dynamic. But I tend to not subscribe to that because I like that can be general. But my point is, a lot of y'all are sitting here like y'all, like she's like one of the best examples of like a straight up project chick that's got common sense, and that's not some rare shit. Well, that's not some shit I haven't seen before, and I can observe how you all react to her and what you all are quote unquote not reacting well to. That tells me a lot. If anything, that should tell you a lot about me, that I don't even present somebody like that. What that's telling me is I'm not mad at who black women are. I'm mad at what they do. And no matter what they look like, when they're out of alignment of common sense, and this is, and y'all act like I give dudes, I'm less tolerant on dudes than I am on females. I'm not harder on black women. It's just the focus is on black women because they the main ones to act like they shit don't stink. And the reality is, take a guy like Georgia Boy. Georgia Boy, listen, see, and this is a perfect example. Georgia Boy always got something to say about what we say in the manosphere. You know, I feel like he thinks, and I said I feel, he thinks that he needs to be the counterbalance to what we do. Because I think he thinks we go, I mean, you said it. You think we go overboard sometimes. So the best way to deal with a dude like him, because I ain't saying Georgia Boy is like a nigga that his opinion ain't got no merit. Let love say the shit. Let love cuss these bitches out. And you see the frustration on another female that's trying to help a female that's further along than that female and's been where that female's been, but that other female can't get off the stupid shit. Georgia Boy is going to perceive that differently. Because obviously it's not because he's dumb. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is all the stuff I just said. This is a woman that understands a woman, has been where that woman's been, and is generally trying to help. That's very easily communicated. Especially from, this is why Kevin, even though I don't completely agree with this is why Kevin says women got to check women. Because there's a lot of dudes that are genuine, but still kind of think dudes are just going too hard. See, we can't talk about the self-improvement bullshit if it's another bitch checking another bitch that's in a better position. If it's a female checking a bitch and she's in a better position than the chick that she's checking, now the self-improvement shit doesn't matter. We move the conversation forward. So it can't be just men saying women ain't shit. It's got to be these women helping to a certain extent as well. Which is another reason why I share her. This is why I share Six, because I don't agree with everything she says. And I've outlined that. But at the same time, we are not going to agree on everything. So what's more important? Going from 1 to 10 or going to 1 to 5? And then from 5 to 10, we can have those conversations. And a lot of y'all letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. And whether y'all choose to stay in the black community or not is really not of my concern. But at the end of the day, a lot of y'all act like y'all not going to deal with black people at all. A lot of black people have checked out while remaining in the community. Y'all are like, even Love Dorsey said that earlier today. She said in a relationship, I've mentally checked out before I actually leave. And she's talking about not even with a dude. She's just talking about with anybody. to the point where anything they do doesn't bother you, which is actually what a lot of dudes do. I don't put Love Dorsey up here to be the paragon of femininity. The fuck? And you ain't never heard me say that. But what I have said is when it comes to how she thinks and how she processes common sense, if that was like the average, we'd be okay. That's all I'm saying. You have never heard me say that she is the paragon of femininity. Now, y'all want to say that, oh, but she don't know how to be feminine, and then I showed that video showing that's not true. Then people want to say, well, she's only being feminine for Pookie. Y'all don't know that. Like, when she does a video, she's doing a video because she's pissed off about a lot of what these bitches have said. And you see how Kevin gets with that. Those videos are venting systems. So a reason why she's mad is because she's been talking to these chicks all day. Absolutely, Georgia boy, and I can understand that. I appreciate you saying that because I don't do that. And I don't really do. And when dudes, and here's the thing, there's a difference between me making a comparison and then me, there's a difference between me making a comparison to a cultural comparison and then dudes saying other women are better. Because the truth is these other women run different plays. And a lot of black men are not really equipped to deal with those plays because a lot of these other women operate on a longer term scale because they have to, because their dudes are watching them for their bullshit. That's not, and they have the power to enforce their will on these women a lot more than we can. Our women blitz. A lot of these other women, they play zone. And a lot of dudes don't think about that because they're just used to not being blitzed on. And I don't ask any, and here's the thing, I don't let non-black women get away with anything. In fact, I give black women, I'm not saying you should, but I give black women a hell of a lot more rope than I give non-black women. Smurgo, stop simping. See what y'all fucking. See what the fuck y'all saying. Exactly, grown man business. You are right. And she is my point is, regardless of what label you want to look, regardless of what label, she's comfortable who she is. She don't give a fuck. This is a chick that let her glue. She was letting her, when I first saw her, she was letting her fucking glue show of her hair. She's comfortable with who she is. You know who else is comfortable with who they are? Cardi B. Who would you rather have influence out here? Somebody like Love Dorsey, somebody like Cardi B. I'm not saying that to go against you. I'm just saying that to expand it. Because she speaks from experience is what makes what she says powerful. I'm sorry. You all are going to have street folks speak this message. This is why Angry Man can kind of get the clout he gets. Because black people have to know you identify with who they are. And that's true for anybody. Like white people are white, hillbillies, redneck people in the rural areas that are going to let city motherfuckers talk to them. Trump is like the only exception to that rule. So that's not a black thing. You have to be able to identify. And so I have not presented her as to say this is what an ideal woman is for you all to sleep with. I presented her to say that this is somebody that, number one, has a lot of, look, she don't need me promoting her. She has a lot of views. In fact, she's probably the second most bid off person. Just like how people are using Kevin for views. People are using, niggas, people got whole channels uploading her shit for views. Do you realize that I could do reaction channels to Love Dorsey and put in Kevin Samuel's name, and I could probably blow this channel up if I really wanted to. And they have an audience that I could probably speak to if I rotated my channel just a little bit. And so some of this stuff, I understand that some of y'all genuinely ain't like on some simp shit. So some of this stuff, it's better if these women say it. Now some of the women, like six guys, they got a little bit too many subliminals for my taste. And it's like they want to tell dudes to be with women because of black love, and not try to tell these women they need to be better women. Love Dorsey will tell you. You want to, like, they talk about you crying like you act like you all get stupid hoe badges or some shit. Well, I said that. Y'all could just leave. Y'all fighting for these relationships, but then y'all got something to say about the open market. It's like y'all choose to stay. And so, yeah, that needs to be promoted. Women telling the truth needs to be promoted. And yes, you need to be called stupid bitches sometimes. Niggas are really acting like they fucking dainty black women. Y'all, if y'all don't shut the fuck up, y'all better. Like I said, Pookies are non-productive black men. Street dudes, you can be a street dude and not be a Pookie. The problem with the select non-select argument is really in how black men interpret it. Black men interpret this shit as being very, very infinite, and it's not. Man, Georgia boy, shut up. That's bullshit. No, it's not. Oh, my bad. I thought you said it's not enough. I thought you said it was enough. I was about to say. And a lot of black men, I'm going to keep it real. A lot of y'all don't demand that shit. Ty City, that may be true. I don't know what he does for a living. I don't. My point is, she ain't on social media bitching about him. She basically telling these dumb hoes about themselves, which is what we need. Like, Love Dorsey ain't even on YouTube, so she ain't even competing with none of y'all niggas. Talking about y'all kill me and shit. Now we pussy policing now. Fuck who she fuck. All you niggas, like, we know as well, we know in the manosphere that women telling a bitch she dumb is far more effective than when men do it. So all you niggas are campaigning for attention from these bitches on social media, when all you got to do is say, you know what, you hear from this bitch. Here, I don't mean to call her a bitch like that, but hear from a real one. This she's got all the female badges, so you can't say she's too light. She's had it easy. So you can't say none of that. And guess what? Guess what? You think Kevin's fucked up? Now you about to hear what it really is. And we know women ain't got that body armor when it comes to other women calling them a stupid bitch. That's why they get mad. You ain't got a man. Well, now she's got a couple's Instagram page. So now you can see her man. And guess what? We may talk shit, but what do these women see? These women see well, he got a real nigga. So this ain't a chick that's like with a square. Oh, she got kids. Oh, she was a baby mama too. Oh, so she not talking about what she ain't lived. Oh, she from the projects. Oh, she got weave like me. She glue it like me. Oh, she don't give a fuck. Like, one thing about Love Dorsey, she's comfortable with who she is. And that's a certain type of confidence a lot of these hoes don't have. And you can tell by how she just, think about it. How many of these women do you really see just popping lives up? She ain't worrying about how good she looks. She don't give a fuck about you. As far as the dude, she ain't give a fuck about these bitches. Because we know how these bitches can be when it comes to Gabby Douglas and shit like that. She don't care. She got a whole 90, like, that's the shit I pay attention to. And so a lot of y'all like to say, oh, I'm square and I'm this. Yes, you damn right. But you know what? I grew up around street niggas. I can go to the projects and not worry, not any project, but I can go to certain places and not worried about my ass getting fucked up. I'm not around, street folks and then I'm fucking uncomfortable and shit. Them niggas ain't worried about me like, is he a snitch or anything? No. And I don't go over there unless I got a reason to. It is what it is. Yeah, I heard they were throwing some, like, good man. So give a review of that stream. Because I heard they were talking shit about Obsidian. That's some shit I don't appreciate. I don't normally care about hype, but Six, like, she, like I said before, she want to comment on Obsidian's hype. I'm like, Obsidian's got more dating options. Like, Love Dorsey, look, if you 6 foot, not Love Dorsey, 6, no matter how attractive she is, you 6 foot with a kid. So yeah, you can get fucked. But the reality of the situation is, see, I'm not even gonna break people down like that. Because that's not what this is about. Well, a lot of y'all, like, I comment sometimes, but I don't be over there commenting like that. All right, when I listen to them, yeah, some of y'all just need to go over there and observe. Y'all will be commenting and then y'all will mention Kevin's name. And then they get mad, then you get mad. I mean, they can do what the fuck they want to do on their channel. Shout out to Red Supreme. It's 148 watching. Red Supreme puts a lot of work into his channel. Make sure y'all appreciate that. Go subscribe to him. Hey, if you listening, Red, every time I don't click on your channel all the time. Like, I'm not always watching it the whole time live. So I'll jump in here and there because I be having, while I'm doing my stuff, I'll have shit on mute. But I swear every time I unpause that bitch, you talking about some lanes and some squares. I'm like, damn, nigga. It's like you getting on a soapbox. See, the problem with you lames is you don't know what a real nigga look like. God damn, nigga. Lames and squares are not the same thing. Now, part of it is I be unmuting it, muting it. So I may not hear the full content of what you're saying, but at least like 5 times, I unpause it. It'd be that say, the problem with you lames and you squares, y'all. So I'm like, damn, every time he's saying that. The manosphere is not ready for the mainstream. Hell no, the manosphere. No, hell no. Hell no, the manosphere is not ready for the mainstream. You can tell by how these niggas are reacting to Kevin. They not ready for the mainstream. It's only like a handful of motherfuckers that you can honestly say are ready for the mainstream. That's not true, Smurgo. That's not true, Smurgo. That's not true. They're not gonna assume I'm a snitch just because I'm light skinned. And as far as I'm concerned, any nigga that would assume that, they got low IQ. Because most of the niggas, first of all, because I'm light skinned, I stick out. The niggas that they, you notice how the dudes that usually informants are not, and even I'm sure Red will confirm the informants are the ones that are designed to blend in with your ass. So a lot of y'all believe that y'all are stupid. They're not gonna send nobody that's gonna readily stick out, because those are the people they're gonna look at anyway. No, when I say people aren't ready, I mean us as a group. Because a lot of us would do, like, if you really want to try to destroy the manosphere, just pull them mainstream. You already see it starting to happen. Well, Obsidian has its own. Yeah, I support Avery. I mean, look, man, I'm not gonna be on this channel constantly shouting out women. That's not what I'm gonna do necessarily, because that's not really what this channel is aimed at. I definitely support Avery, but I do shit in pockets. Like, I try to be focused. So Nurse Nerd, I'll share some shit. I don't know what happened to that stream with her and Chantel. Love Dorsey is somebody I'm gonna consistently talk about. And if these people go bad, I'll call them out for going bad. No, we're not exposing Kevin Samuels. So yeah, man. So it is what it is. I mean, a lot of y'all wanna like I just wanna, this is just kind of like an audit. That's really what this is. Let y'all know where the mindset is, but like real fucking talk. Like, if y'all, especially for dudes that like shout out to Red that got an issue or a semi issue with Jessica because maybe she ain't from here, or who has a right to speak on this, or she don't have the experience. Love Dorsey is the answer to that. And my thing is, there is, like, y'all keep, look, man, I told you, I'm not on that gender war shit. This is about common sense versus people that don't have it. I mean, you can do that. I mean, a lot of people, Kevin ain't hurting for subs. I mean, Kevin don't be up like, a lot of people is not the way they upload their content. And I can understand why people wouldn't be subscribed to me based on how my stuff is uploaded. It's just they either upload too much, or I'm not interested in none of the shit they got to say. So it's like I've had to kind of do how I'm up, who I'm subscribed to. Because if I'm not never clicking on your shit, it ain't no issue, but I'm never clicking on your shit. So why the fuck am I, subscribed to you? I like to keep my shit clean. Okay, good, man. I appreciate that, and I definitely appreciate the $10. So I gotta say that was, first of all, this sharing. One thing we're gonna have to start doing, if y'all support Kevin, we're gonna have to start. A lot of these people try to share these effeminate photos of Kevin to be passive aggressive, and that's some hoe shit. in my opinion. That's number one. Number two, now I've heard the story behind first of all, those swirling chicks didn't know what the fuck they were talking about just off the strength of what they were talking about. You know, so it's like anybody that doesn't have absolute hatred for the black man is like an enemy. And if you don't understand that there's something wrong with you, then I don't know what that is. If that's where your mentality is, because six, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, a lot of like some of this, like I generally believe she believes what she believes, but then it's like on the same thing. It's kind of like, okay, well, we understand the economic incentive for you to do what you do, to go about what you do the way you do it. If you've kind of gone down, like I've gone down far enough in her timeline on her Instagram to kind of see the kind of story of it. I saw an interview she was on, Feel the Advice. So I get it. I mean, a lot of this is social media, it's media. And it's marketing, and there's nothing wrong with that either, by the way. And this is not to say that people are not genuine with their message. Like I've always said, my issue with black love is the problem is not black love. The problem, we don't have a social contract. The problem is black men and black women don't trust each other. And to me, black love is supposed to be this kind of fill in the space to basically, well, we just need to trust somewhere. And we just got way too many motherfuckers just trying to get over. We just do. And black men are way more vulnerable to black women when it comes to relationships, especially now than ever before. And black women are operating with a level of disrespect that's like off the charts. So black love is not going to fix that. You need something stronger than black love to solve that problem. That's kind of my thing with that. Like if it, you know, black love requires a lot of caveats. Folks can believe in black love, but and this is why I do this kind of hyperbolic language, like, you know, talking about black love and saying it's a myth. Because the reality is the way it's presented is it's presented to be like, well, don't worry about it. Black love will prevail. And no, the shit got to be built on something that's more solid. You want a branded black love, sure, but the reality is, so we don't have a social contract there, and we don't. There, see, it's hard to promote black love when we got so many women out acting. Then it's where the subliminals come into play about dudes that are not in relationships. So now you got to break that down. So there's two steps to that. Really, when usually a black woman complains about men that are not imprinted by or whatever, those dudes are not basically willing to settle for one chick. Or they're not willing to be in a long-term relationship. Well, they don't have to be, because the market that black women are engaging with dictates they don't. So this is where you start hearing these chicks start talking about polygamy, because they're not really solid on anything. So they just start jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. And then now it becomes everybody else's fault for not having leadership, which is their fault. They jump from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, rather than them realizing that that's on them. But then the other side of it is dudes that they may see as lesser than are not taking what I'm Angry Man branded that dishwasher deal. So this is when it starts to become like clowning Obsidian and shit, because Obsidian says, if I'm not gonna get what I want to get in the market, I'm not gonna participate in the market, even though he calls that bachelorism. Shout out to Mr. Research for saying that bachelorism predates MGTOW. Because MGTOW is really because a lot of motherfuckers try to make MGTOW be about, oh, well, you just not sleeping with women. No, it's not. Pumping, dumping. As far as I'm concerned, pumping and dumping is a form of MGTOW. That's a subset of it. And so now it becomes, and I'm like, at the end of the day, you're gonna have it. It's very clear if you want to get men more detrimental to a man's economic well-being long term. Women can come in and out of relationships easy with minimum effects other than the fact of a broken heart because the nigga they were dealing with. Like, so that's bullshit. And so if that's not being addressed, and then black love is just going to be the thing that we paint over that, okay, well, as far as I'm concerned, that's being used as a con, which is really disrespectful to black love. You want to know what black love looks like? Shout out to blackandmarriedwithkids.com. So I'm always going to focus on what is solid, because I believe in our people need to be that. I'm not going to focus on some candy paint bullshit. So if you really believe in black love, honor that by putting something solid in behind it. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with Kevin Samuel talk about high value man. If you really want to honor Kevin Samuel, like the message, then push yourself in that direction and really, that's why I'm gonna start talking about like little things. Like I'm not gonna tell you what you need to do to become a high value man, but I may be able to help when it comes to how you can put a little bit more money in your wallet. You do your part. They do have a tendency to do that. I'm not gonna lie, they do tend to have a tendency to block criticism. And now, to be fair, you got a lot of people that's trolling, and people that's trolling, I get it. I have a zero tolerance for trolls. Like, I'll address it to a certain extent, but see, you got to understand, my streams go a lot longer than they otherwise need to be. So versus everybody ain't got time to be playing with people. But no, I've seen that they do block a lot of people. They have it, and they don't like to address it. But that's what women do. Most women are not going to stand on a lot of shit like that. They're going to be like they're above it, and they don't discern from both. But see, that's how women are. And this is why a lot of them don't get the outcomes that they want, because they don't really want to go really deep into what needs to be gone through, because their emotions can't handle it. And that's why they some of them are more sophisticated at hiding that than others, but it always comes back to that. They really can't handle the absolute truth. Red, I've heard you get on the street dudes before when you were talking about that police investigator shit. That was some unique shit that I never even considered. And I consider a lot. So that's like when I say I've never considered something, that's like one of the best compliments I could give you, because I think about a lot of different angles on a lot of different things. That's like some automatic four mic shit if it's something I haven't really considered. I ain't saying I don't know, because I don't know everything, but usually I've pondered the question. That's some shit I've never even thought about. Now, as far as the high value man shit, understand every bitch ain't for every nigga. Some of these bitches, y'all shouldn't even see. Here's the problem: you all look at these chicks like a pretty face and a fat ass. A lot of these women, if they don't know nothing else, and all of them don't even know how to do that, they know how to use their body. I've heard Red say this, like, use their body at a young age. They learn how to use their body before they learn how to use their brain. That is what Red Supreme said, and that's absolutely true. Now he's talking about, and he used Brenda's Got a Baby, the lyrics, to reference that. And so a lot of these women, they know how to make your dick hard, because your dick being hard, or you being sexually excited, puts you in a hypnotic and suggestible state. This is why they call you gay if you don't fall for that, because that's that natural instinctual reaction based on their insecurity, because that's a form of you rejecting them. Now, if you're a dude and you're used to, hell, not even fucking beautiful bitches, but seeing beautiful bitches, then you're not going to be as sexually excited as easily by little stupid shit. This is why these women do a lot of bargain basement, like femininity, or they don't believe in femininity. What they believe in is they don't understand femininity. They understand what did I call it? Because I always say this with Ron Wills. Over sexualization. So they sexualize themselves thinking that's being feminine, because that's all they know. Now you get certain women that understand the difference, and I always tell you all to watch out for those women, because those women understand how to turn it up a lot higher, because they understand how to do that, and they understand little subtleties. Danica Marie and Six Goddess are one of these people. Now, this doesn't mean they haven't over sexualized themselves in the past, but they understand how to do it, and how to do it with you niggas. And you all are vulnerable to that, because you all have a lack of femininity that you all get. So when a lot of so when women And also, women are always going to justify the nigga that they're with. So when a lot of females sit there and they try to talk about a nigga's lame and niggas this and niggas that, understand something? To be keep it real, you all give them too much power. These are the same chicks that's basically cutting their ass to get a bigger ass, cutting their titties off to get bigger titties, like literally just fucking going under the knife, mutilating themselves for quote unquote attention. From it doesn't matter if it's for men or not or women. That shows you who they are. And so these are the same motherfuckers that you allow to call you all lame and you give a fuck about what they talking about. This is why I keep saying you all the worst thing black men ever did was black men ceded that power of choice. This is why when niggas say, well, I only fuck black women, I'm only, okay, nigga, what? You want a cookie? That's like me saying I like my eggs sunny side up or I like them over easy. That don't mean shit. You're not a better black man because you only fuck black women. But niggas actually believe, and they actually believe black women give a fuck about that. They don't. What Kevin represents bothers people, and black people are way too emotional. And I always love people that can bring out the emotions in black people, especially when it's more when they're trying to be productive, because it really exposes motherfuckers to their bullshit. So a lot of folks, so when women talk, say the dumb shit they say, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, do you understand how many women, if you ask most women, would they date somebody that's 5'5", they gonna say no. But when they get into a present to somebody, or you actually out here pounding the pavement, that doesn't necessarily mean that. A lot of these chicks don't know what they would do until you present it in the right package. Even if most of the time they would do something in a certain type of way, you don't know. So you got dudes that they're looking for women to tell them shit for them to justify shit before they do it. And that's not what being a man is. Nigga, I don't know what the fuck you come in here talking about our naval proves toxic, but nigga, shut the fuck up. That shit is not allowed in here. Speaking of people instantly blocking people. That's all it is. When they talk about black love, they're really talking about their sexual excitement. They're not talking about any, because then I'm going to ask, what have you sacrificed for black love? Not know what you want to deal with the nigga you've been imprinted by. So because that's what that's shout out to fucking y'all don't know the story of Invincible, or Nolan and his and Invincible mom low key make up. Now we'll see what they do with this story. But the thing about it is a lot of these women use black love as a way to basically verbalize their imprint. So when you understand the imprint, you understand that a lot of these women are just talking out their womb, just like a lot of dudes talk out their penis. A lot of motherfuckers, and they don't even understand that's what they're doing. And I'm not trying to act like I'm holier than thou and I'm fucking like enlightened. I'm not saying that, but a lot of folks don't understand basic shit like the imprint and shit, and they're talking out of that. So when they say black love, trust me, that only is for the motherfuckers they get their pussy wet. That's what that's for. That's not for everybody's not talking about the whole black community. They're not happy. That's why I always say behind that pro-black shit, a lot of that is sexual politicking and campaigning. And when you understand that and you can see through that vector, you see that like 90% of what motherfuckers, even motherfuckers that are not talking about, when they think they're not talking about sex, they're actually talking about sex. Well, because they're not doing everything. They're not doing everything in the TV show that they did in the comics. They've already changed up a lot of things. Like, for instance, Amber ain't black in the comics. So that's what I'm saying. So a lot of this shit, motherfuckers just be talking, but they ain't really saying shit like that, like that. They're just like, womb, 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 dick, dick, dick. My womb needs to have more value, more value. My dick, dick, dick needs to fuck as many bitches as possible. That's really all this stuff. AKA fill in the pro-black, fill in all these pro-black color. That's all filters in order to make that shit sound like something. You right, Cortez. They do be doing that, and I'm like, that's you stupid. Because, dude, I'm not saying, like, the thing is, there's a difference on who you want to have a kid with ultimately, because that has to do with you too, and who you having sex with. Niggas will really sit here and say, well, ain't no available black women, but I only date. Like, Obsidian will say all he say about black women, and then he only date black women, and they don't even be like ADOS. It really be 9 ADOS. It be mainly ADOS black women. I'm like, well, nigga, that's you. Now, you can kind of get away with that because you in Philly, but nigga, that's on you. At that point, you choosing that. That's not true. Because number one, dude, y'all keep and this is why I hate getting into that sexual politicking argument, because it becomes somebody took a bitch and all this bullshit. Like, the reality is, as a black man, when you understand how big this world is and how big this country is, that shit. Number one, this idea, that's a myth. Everybody, this is what black people want to believe. And this is why a lot of you niggas are broke. And this is why I don't give a fuck about you niggas being broke. Like, when y'all want to blame the white man and shit. Because a lot of niggas, y'all are broke because y'all on mentality. Black people want to believe so bad money doesn't matter and money's irrelevant. So what they do is, oh yeah, man, a Pookie took your bitch. Okay, that's a dumb bitch. And that's why, if anything, we have a lot of y'all niggas need to stop cleaning up after these single mothers and stop trying to save them, because they knew what they were doing when they did it. But this idea of, yeah, man, well, these Pookies took your bitch because they're better, man. I don't give a fuck about that, because guess what? That's a scarlet letter they got to deal with. That's why you think they go through so much to try to lie, or they get so triggered if they get so triggered by when people say they're not gonna deal with them as single mothers. If that really didn't matter to them, they wouldn't care as much. So this idea of niggas are mad. No, a lot of niggas don't care. They don't. There's no such thing as pussy policing, but there's a whole bunch of dick policing. There's a reason for that. So a lot of y'all like to tell yourselves that shit because it makes you feel better about yourself. So when niggas try to say, yeah, man, I'm a real nigga because the bitches choose me. That don't mean that, because women don't choose who the alphas are. All these females that got babies by all these niggas, they stay bitching. Listen to that video I shared. Listen to that video I shared of Love Dorsey and that chick that was just crying out of her fucking mind because she couldn't handle her imprint. So what happened is she's sitting there just literally wilding the fuck out because her IQ was literally like down in the toilet because she's so emotionally compromised because of her fucking imprint. This bitch is going to court, missing work, going to court for some money she don't even need. That's what she said. So it ain't that these niggas are better niggas, it's that these bitches are stupid. And their outcome, fuck what I think, their outcomes of them being upset about their outcomes is what showcases that. That's why I keep telling y'all, the manosphere, if these women were cool with what they chose, the manosphere wouldn't have nothing to say. These women hate their choices. They hate it. This is why they lie. This is why somebody like Kevin could even pop off in the first place. When Kevin asked them about their choices, they tell you that nigga ain't shit. These are the niggas they're choosing. So when y'all say y'all better niggas, I'm like, the only reason why y'all say that is because that bitch is fucking y'all. Some of them bitches are fucking y'all. And so you think because you got some pussy, that makes you a better nigga. Just like how y'all think because y'all can fuck a white female, that makes you better than that white dude. Y'all really believe that. And if you take, like, here's the thing, if you take your ability to fuck out of the equation and you ask, okay, nigga, who are you without your dick? A lot of y'all would get mad. And even some of these females, they be trying to call you, oh, y'all big dicks and swag. Well, the problem is that's a reflection of the women, of the dude, of what the women ask for. So I don't let women get away with that when they say that. Because I'm like, well, that's the niggas you fucking. That's who you want. So then later on, when now you comparing notes to other women, y'all want to get mad. Then you only gonna go back and choose them same niggas again. So like Love Dorsey said, you like ain't shit niggas because bitch, you ain't shit. And that's what nobody really wants to say. She said that this morning. You can't leave an ain't shit nigga alone because you ain't got value in yourself, and deep down you know you ain't better than that nigga. So a lot of this complaining is you talking shit. All right, y'all. All right, I gotta hop off. So with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace. Tomorrow you'll be all right.